What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review of a movie that just hit Shudder subscription called Blood Quantum. So let's jump right into it. Just when you thought the zombie genre was done and over and had no ideas, Blood Quantum comes along and says, hold my beer. And I think the reason why the zombie genre is so chock full of different stories is because it mirrors society and everything that we fear the most.
Death.
Blood Quantum is a movie directed by Jeff Barnaby about a reservation called Red Crow, which technically takes place in the Micmac territory of Canada and Quebec. He's actually a director that's done a movie called Rhymes for Young Ghouls, which is another movie that was made in the same area. Blood Quantum takes place in 1981 on Red Crow Reservation. Essentially, the story of Quantum Blood is about a reservation where a sheriff named Traylor and his two sons, who are constantly getting into trouble when this zombie outbreak, of course, takes over the reservation. Now, there's a twist in this movie that I will not spoil for you because I think it is important for you to watch this movie and enjoy that aspect of it. Things start to kind of unfold in the very early part of the movie as to things are coming back to life. Not just zombies. Now, when I first saw this trailer, I was instantly on board because it included a few things that we haven't seen, which is natives and zombie apocalypse. And this has a sort of message with it that is kind of mirroring society like most zombie films. And it somehow does it in a unique way that is extremely gory. So for you gorehounds out there, you will really enjoy this. Plus, throughout the movie, I was actually pleased to see a lot of really decent acting in this film combined into this independent indie zombie film. There was even some older talent that have been in this movie, like Gary Farmer, who was in movies like Dead Man with Johnny Depp and Ghost Dog and has been around for a long time, who was in this movie, and that was a nice surprise. Plus Michael Greyes, who is the sheriff character in this movie called Traylor, who has also been on shows like Fear the Walking Dead. But I enjoyed the acting. I didn't actually find it distracting at all. And I thought that the writing for this movie was pretty damn good, considering that each of the characters have a certain attribute that kind of works as a whole in this movie. There's a lot of stylistic choices that they made with the camera work and everything that made it feel more than just some sort of independent film or art house feature. It's somewhere in between. Plus, I even actually had some really genuine moments of comedy that made me crack up, mixed in with some of the most unrelenting, unyielding gore that you will see in a horror film, which is perfect for me because I feel like we don't get that in a lot of movies. Now, it's not the type of gore that's like, oh, just throw it in there, schlocky, locky, whatever. No, it has an entertainment value as a whole for a movie. And with the concept of Blood Quantum, which, if you're not familiar, is how much ancestry you are of native. So, for example, if one of your parents was full native and the other parent was not, you would be half. And the way that they tie that into this story is actually pretty nice. I really liked that aspect of it. The first beginning of the movie, about 20 minutes into the movie, I was just elated and it was tense and I was just like, holy shit, I fucking love this movie. It does kind of dwindle down a little bit, and that's why I'm going to take some marks down away from it, because it does fall into some of the sort of tried and true ways that you tell a zombie apocalypse story. Although, after 20 minutes of the film, it does something different that you normally don't see. in most zombie films. Now, that could be a good or bad thing for some people, but ultimately, I think it was an enjoyable story, even if it does traipse over somewhat familiar territory in the zombie subgenre. There are some moments where different characters who are richer than others, they have really distinct personalities that really play into the story and make you enjoy the film. Now, as a horror movie, this is an interesting concept, but you know, it is horror in the fact that we have zombies here, but there is so much more to this film that I enjoyed. It's just an overall entertaining film with an actual message and a point of view or perspective that maybe you haven't seen in other films in the zombie genre. I think Jeff Barnaby did an amazing job. This is his second feature film, and I'm certainly looking forward to not only watching his other feature film called Rhymes for Young Ghouls, but I'm also interested in seeing what he's going to do next. And will he venture outside the reservation, or is that part of it? Because to me, having that in some sort of reservation is something you really don't get to see in films these days. And it was intriguing to see all these different places and the way of life on the res. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. I thought it was refreshing to see something like this, even if it does kind of go over some familiar territory, like I said, by the end. Still, I would probably give this film an 8 out of 10, possibly even an 8.5. I think it was highly enjoyable. It had all the elements of a great zombie film, and it is on Shudder. So if you guys are looking to watch it, make sure you do the subscription through their website and not through the Amazon Prime, because you will not be able to find it on Amazon Prime. At least I wasn't when I watched this movie, but man, what a ride. I really enjoyed it. It was just felt refreshing, even if it wasn't the most unique thing I've ever seen. It did things so differently and it felt so fresh. I think it's worth watching. So if you got a subscription or you just want to try a 7-day trial, I mean, it's worth checking out. But what did you guys think? Have you seen the movie yet? I am super hyped about it. This is a movie I will own, so I would love to hear what you think down in the comments section down below. And if you haven't already, please do hit the like and subscribe button and even leave a comment, because it helps us to reach more people, because the algorithms are pretty crazy on YouTube right now for small YouTubers like myself. And if you enjoy this content, please let somebody know about it. But thank you guys so much for coming by, and as always, long live the void.